Hello, welcome to Animes, another weekly roundup of our Ami figure pre-orders. It's the 18th of October today. This will be the 14th to the 18th of October figures releases. Monday didn't have anything, unfortunately. Well into spooky season, so whether there'll be some figures that will give us a fright, or whether the figures will put a fright into your wallet. We'll find out together this week, I suppose. So yeah, we'll get straight on into it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if there's if you're dressing up for any parties that you're going to this Halloween, or if you're actually going to go trick-or-treating or not. So we'll get on to the figures. You might want to treat yourself with one of these, obviously, potentially. So yeah, let's check these figures out. We got a original character, Yurina Inoue, 1/6 by Daiki Kogyo, 25,080 yen. May 2026 coming out. This is a cast-off figure, so it's a pretty simple schoolgirl outfit figure. You know, she's just lifting a shirt, showing her chest area, so that's fine. If you're into cast-offs, or like I am, this is just a simple 1/6 scale, pretty nice figure, schoolgirl outfit. You can remove obviously the full-out dress, well, at least the skirt, and then you can remove her underwear as well. But she always has the shirt being peeled open. So yeah, fully cast off, fine. I think the price is alright, and the manufacturer is a new manufacturer, so it might just be you don't know what the final QC is, but they have released one or two other ones I've covered for the past weeks from this manufacturer. And then we go to quite a nice figure actually, Switch illustration by Mayabit, 1/6. As the manufacturer is Fingal Toy, so another new manufacturer, 7,410 yen, so very good price, June 2026. And this one's a very nice figure. She looks like she's got out of gym, or she's in some sort of sportswear. I really like it. Obviously she's changing her hair or undoing her top, so very sexy, like the pose. Overall very nice figure, especially for 7,000 yen, just over that, for 1/6 the paint job. So these budget figures are very nice. Yeah, definitely worth potentially getting a hold of if you really like the design and you don't want to spend a lot of money on figures, or if you're just starting out. These sort of budget figures are quite nice to get into, although obviously a lot of collectors will generally go for characters from anime that they watched. Then we go to Girls Frontline 2, Exilium Florence, 1/6 scale by VK End, 21,500 yen, June 2026 release. So Girls Frontline, don't see these too often. She looks nice overall. I do like the outfit and the pose. Hair is very nicely done. Everything looks fine for Girls Frontline figure. Yeah, I think she looks alright. You know, she's sort of in a doctor nurse outfit, I guess you could say. Tactical doctor, I suppose. And looks like she's got a grenade pin pulled out there on her tie. So yeah, very nice looking figure. I think 21,500 yen is alright. I just don't play Girls Frontline. And VK End have done a couple of figures, but they're not done so many. Near Series 15th Anniversary Box by Square Enix, 32,780 yen, February 2026. This one I picked because it's a Near Series, obviously very nice figure, and because it's Square Enix, they have a poor track record normally with figure releases, unfortunately. They just generally don't sell very well. From their Final Fantasy ones, like I've got two of them by Square Enix, but they're not like the best. They're good, but they're not the best for the price that you have to pay for them. This looks quite good overall. It's sort of three figures from the Near series. They look fine in terms of sculpt work, but they are pretty simple in terms of paint job as well. I think you'd be purchasing this probably for some of the extras you get with this one. So the figures are fine, but you don't know the scale with it, and you actually they don't give you any details. Okay, so we're just stuck with the images then. So I'm guessing there's some art or decor that comes with it. You get three pretty basic figure paint job. There's no shading really. The sculpting is bog standard. The paint is very simple. They've not done any extra detailing or anything like that. Yeah, it's the same thing, unfortunately, with Square Enix. Like, it's very nice that they're doing these figures for their IPs that they own, but they really wish they would license off to other manufacturers that could do a better job. Like all the other Nier figures from by Ulta or Max Factory are just way better. And yes, they're more expensive, but Square Enix, they're just too... it's not really a word for it. It's just they're not good enough for the price you pay for the figures, unfortunately. It's a very iconic box, and I wish if another manufacturer did this box, they could do a much better job. They would probably charge more because of them having to license it from Square Enix, but I would prefer it more so. So this one's kind of a bust for me overall, unfortunately. Yeah, bit of a spooky... the Square Enix sort of spook comes in, unfortunately. Then we got Ranma 1/2 Shampoo Bunny quarter scale by Freeing, 33,000 yen, May 2026. Very cute, colourful figure. I do like the bunny suit. I do like the fact obviously she pairs with the other Ranma figure we covered last week by Freeing. So those stockings should be quite nice. They look quite nice. I do like 3/4 length stockings as well. The hair looks nice. Again, the shading looks really good. Definitely better than the one we covered last week. The bunny suit was just too simple on that one, unfortunately. Like the hair was nice and the ears were quite nice, but the stockings were too basic. The shoes are too red. Yeah, but this one's a lot better. And it's 33,000 yen, which isn't extortionate for a quarter scale, considering they've generally been pushing up to 40,000 yen plus now. But she's probably on the shorter side anyways. 46 centimeters. I think that's about right actually for most quarter scales. So she's actually not on the smaller side. Then we go to Ghost in the Shell Manga Edition, Motoko Kusanagi 1/7 by Max Factory. Very good manufacturer. I've got a couple of Max Factory figures. Outstanding. 29,800 yen, October 2026. Really love this figure. Yep. I love this. Definitely lifted straight out from the manga. And I do like the posing. She's not just standing on a circle base or anything like that. So you can get a bit more dynamic with this in your collection as well. And displaying her. Even displaying her on your desk will probably be a nice touch as well, with how she's plugged in into the sort of sci-fi scene. So if you're a very techie person, definitely worth probably even getting this one. The blue hair and the blue shoes are amazing. The neon blue purples is great. I love all the plug suits. I think this is automatically worth the 30,000 yen. I will be pre-ordering this after I finish this video recording, just to guarantee myself getting this one. No wonder she's in like the top 10 for this week on AmiAmi in their top 10 list. Definitely worth getting a hold of easily. This stands at 30 centimeters in height. Well, for the whole frame, obviously. Yeah, very nice looking figure. Definitely worth getting a hold of. And we go to Unicorn Overlord, Melisandre 1/7 by Kotobukiya, 21,940 yen, June 2026. Which is a very nice fantasy figure overall, even though I've not watched Unicorn Overlord. Just very nice. Kotobukiya do a very clean job. Shading's on point. The details good. The sculpting's perfectly fine and above board. Everything just looks great. It's very clean and realistic sort of fantasy figure. The clothing's definitely very nicely done. Just everything looks really good. No qualms with this figure. It's a great figure. Definitely worth getting your hold of if you really like the series. Then we've got Oshi Works. We've got a couple of these from Kotobukiya. So Oshi Works seem to be the newer budget line of figures that they're doing. Vash from Stampede Trigun by 1/7 scale for 8,800 yen. 8,880 yen, May 2026. So this one, they obviously go away with the shading, apart from the metal work on his arms, actually quite nice. I do like the cold rolled steel, that kind of aesthetic they're going on. The blue hues is very nicely done. Jacket sculpt work is very simple, which is fine for the price. Sub 10,000 yen, you're not going to expect extravagant detailing. They've got some sculpting in the jacket with the folds as well, and the paint job is clean. It's just a nice simple figure for the price, and I would expect them to expand this lineup in the future, and we'll go on to a couple of other of their figures that they got released this week. Next is Oshi is Silent Hill 2 Bubblehead Nurse 1/7 by Kotobukiya, 8,260 yen, May 2026. This one's actually really nice. I was a bit shocked for the price. They're probably saving a bit because they don't have to do sculpt work for the face. So that probably helps in terms of elevating other bits and pieces on this figure. So the dirt work that they've actually sculpted and painted into the nurse outfit is very nicely done. The deterioration of the stockings as well is nicely done. They're not torn or anything, which is fine. But yeah, like the damp moldness that they've got going on, and the cap as well, the molding of the white, so the off-white they've got going on is very nicely done. This is a very nice figure. Definitely worth getting hold of, I think, especially if you're a Silent Hills fan. And the price is really good as well. I've not played Silent Hills 2. I don't really play horror games personally, but for a 1/7 scale, this is very nice quality as well. And it's from Godopakir, so it's going to be really good. Then we got another Silent Hills, Abstract Daddy 1/7 by Godopakir, 8,360 yen, May 2026. This one's obviously just horrifying. I've not, again, I don't know the game, but this is from just lifted like from the game. It looks horrendous. Yeah, this looks like something from like The Thing, is what I would expect. This, splitting, the fact that they got the spinal ribs, spinal column, bone structure as well going down the center. It's such a horrifying figure. Oh my god, that thing's definitely going to give you nightmares, I think, if you've not played the game, even if you play the game, but even just the figure gives you such a good presence. Can definitely be a good centerpiece or accent to a horror themed shelf, and the price is really good as well. So this on like the sculpt work is on this sort of latex table sheet that they've got going over is immaculately done. For the price, they've done a very good job in terms of the mold and getting that detail work into the mold out on display for this price. Then we got Blue Eyes White Dragon for 8,880 yen, May 2026. Sorry. So yeah, this was a simple Blue Eyes figure. I think a lot of the other Blue Eyes figures that have come out from other manufacturers are obviously quite expensive, and they're definitely a bit more on the larger scale. So this is just a simple Yu-Gi-Oh! One. I'm presuming this is sort of a tester as well to see how well this goes, and then they might do the more of the lineup of the Duel Monsters in the future, since obviously a lot of them have been selling and doing quite well. We've seen quite a few Duel Monsters figures come out over the past sort of 2 years. So it's definitely got a bit more popular, I think, overall, especially for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan to get this and to have it on display, even if they're not a figure collector. I think it's definitely potentially worth getting a hold of if you missed out on the past opportunity of getting those figures and don't want to spend the extortionate aftermarket price. Love Live, Niji Sanji High School Idol Club Kanata Kanori, on the 7th by Plum, 21,500 yen. So Plum, you see them every now and then. January 2026, comes out pretty soon. Very colourful, cute figure, pretty nice overall. Bit of a ditzy face, sort of, facial expression. Overall, not bad. Not too much skin tone. There's some shading on the skin. The hair looks okay. I think she's fine. Just not. I don't know about anything about Love Live. Niji Gasaki High School, not Niji Sanji. Niji Sanji's a VTuber organization. Then we got Uten Keko, 1/7 by Astrum Design, 20,845 yen, December 2025. So it comes out in like 2 months. I don't think I've covered this figure before. This is very dynamic, very simple. I do quite like the green sleeves are very nice on the jacket, and the hair is quite good as well, very vibrant. I don't like the acrylic sort of neon, obviously, effect they've got going on for the wording. Don't particularly like those generally. I prefer actual physical background pieces. The umbrella look is interesting to have that across the back as well. Overall, very nice figure. I think not too bad. Does it capture the art, the actual original artwork at all? The eyes, I don't think so. Do we have a close up on the eyes? The eyes aren't bad. I think the eyes were the big lure from the original, to be honest. Like that lure, the eye effect is really nicely done. Obviously in the artwork, it's very hard for them to capture unique eye designs on figures because it's obviously such small. Yes, they're decal and they're just, put on, they're not painted. But yeah, it's just it's very hard to do very complex irises, unfortunately. And we got Pilot Onasen, One-San 1/7 by A-Strom Design, 21,121, coming out in December. Pretty sure I've covered this one before, but a few months ago. But this one, very nice. Obviously, I like the body sculpting. Like the proposal of what she's doing. You know, someone opens the door and she's getting changed. So very nice, very sort of anime typical, obviously, of the MC doing that to their love interests. But yeah, she looks really good. I like the sculpt work. Definitely got the surprise look because she's, you know, lifting up her top. And I think for the price, potentially worth getting a hold of. Probably want to bookmark and see how this turns out. If it goes on a discount afterwards, since it's still available and it's coming out in 2 months' time. Then we've got Easy Pick Series Honey debut Akemi 1/9 by Animatester, 2,820 yen, July 2026. So even cheaper, but it is a 1/9 scale, so it's going to be a lot smaller. 20 centimeters in height. How is that 1/9? Anyways, the jacket looks really good. Sculpting and paint job, and the shading they've got going on there. The figure itself is fine. I guess for 3,000 yen, you can't expect there to be too much. The figure's like a stick. Generally, it's just good. Overall, for the price, when you take the price into account, is really good. I just don't know whether it's something I'd want in my collection, even though it's so little money. I don't think it's something you could just check. You know, if you've got spare money on an order shipment, then just chuck it in there. That might be the only way I think this will get into people's figure collections. It's one of those sort of afterthought things where you go, oh, you know, I'm this for much below the threshold for importing into my country, and unless you're America with the tariffs, and then, you know, then you got to, oh yeah, I can add this onto my order. I'm still under the threshold. It's not a lot of money. The figure looks quite cute. It looks fine, and I'm quite happy to chuck that money towards it. That's the only thing. So I guess there's a slight treat to yourself kind of thing. It might be worth it. Then we got China Dress Nyan, illustrated by Sinam Gam 1/6 by Kiwi Toys, 11,490 yen. Pretty nice China Dress figure, themed figure. Overall, I don't know the original IP as if this is from an anime. No, so I think this is an OC basically. But yeah, all black China dress. She looks really good. Like the sculpting, paintwork, everything looks fine. I think just bog standard. 11,000, 11 to 12,000 yen figure. She looks pretty sexy. Like the design as well, patterning. Everything looks nice, clean. Not the most insane. The hair sculpting is pretty good. They got a lot of individual strands sculpted in there. Yeah, just a very nice China dress figure if you treat it that way, and 1/6 scale as well. This is the regular edition. There is a deluxe edition, which I did not open because I didn't realize there was a deluxe edition, which we'll look at now, which comes with some extra, so tin badge, Shiki, and a 3D mouse pad. So maybe spending the extra bits for the 3D mouse pad might be worth it. Another 2,000 yen, maybe. But yeah, that's overall, either option is good to get a hold of. Maybe spend the extra just to get the mouse pad. Then we go to this one is gonna definitely put a sting in pretty much anyone's wallets. Chainsaw Man version Takayuki Takaya 1/6. Single shipment makes sense. 73,700 yen. By Mappa themselves, so at least they're licensing this out, obviously. But this is in concurrence with the movie coming out, which I am watching on Friday with a buddy of mine, the Chainsaw Man movie. So yeah, this is like all gore, all violence, just all the blood everywhere. This looks very nice. Pretty much resin statue. Basically, it isn't. It's an ABS. Yeah, PVC and ABS. So it's not resin, but it's pretty much for the price a resin statue. If you're a resin figure collector, you'll probably be buying this one anyways. Especially if you're an anime resin figure collector. You've seen this one, yeah, I'm buying that. Although most of them probably would prefer the quarter scale version rather than the 1/6 scale version. But for this sort of money, that to them it's not going to be much. So yeah, very nice looking figure, extremely good value. Not well value if you're into resin collecting, but obviously a massive sting for generic figure collector, anime figure collectors, unfortunately. So this one will definitely put the fright into your wallet. Then we got Hyperdimension Neptunia, Purple Heart, 1/7 by Clockworks, 29,480 yen, June 2026. This one's just a single shipment, unfortunately, for 1/7. Don't know why. Yes, she's like all splayed out. Maybe they keep her as one piece in the blister, so the box is just big, unfortunately, even though she's 1/7, which is a bit of a letdown. She looks fine, but not 30,000 yen fine. It's because she's just standing there or flying there with bloody posts holding her up. It's a bit too distracting. You'd want some environmental bits and pieces or other effect things that would be the support to hide those support rods, so you don't just have a freaking support rod taking your attention away from the figure. And the figure's not even insanely... It's clean in terms of paintwork and sculpt work and paint job, but it's not... You know, there's no like damage apart, there's no damage, no extra effects or anything like that. So for 30,000 yen, I think this is going to be a miss for a lot of people, unfortunately. And we go to Girls Frontline 2, Cluquet, 1/7 by Animator, 11,490 yen, July 2026. She looks pretty sexy swimsuit figure. Hair looks okay, pretty nice. The highlights shading is okay for blue to white. Not bad figure, I think. Okay, Animator, you know, they're not always one-hit wonders. They're just a budget manufacturer brand. 1/7 scale figure for less than 12,000 yen. Perfectly fine for Girls Frontline figure. I think the details there matches the price. Then we got Girls Frontline Lewis, 1/7 by Q's Q, 25,990 yen. So this is the opposite, August 2026. This one, I wish there was a bit more shading in the red, but I'm presuming the actual art, you know, from the source material, there's not really any gradient in the red, so that's fine. Paint job looks perfectly clean. The wet gun looks nice, but not overly detailed in terms of the metal finish. So I guess they've had to keep it quite that simple for the Lewis gun. Hair is probably the outstanding feature with this figure, and the face. I do like obviously the outfit as well, like the red corset top, and then the you know, leather boots and stockings is extremely nice detail, like military garb. So overall, quite nice figure, but I think it's just Q's Q. It's they're kind of can miss. They tend to more miss than hit, unfortunately. And I think for 26,000 yen, it's not a lot of people won't be taking the stab at this figure, unfortunately. Then we got my dress up darling Marin Kitagawa in a yukata, 1/7 by Kitagawa, 19,600 yen, February 2026. Okay, so it's Marin Kitagawa, so it's a plus, obviously, or a lot of people will be buying this. Is it good? There's not a lot of patterning on the yukata, unfortunately, so it's a very simple yukata design that they're going with. But I think the source material she's in this, I've not finished the season, so season 2 yet, so don't know. But she looks fine. The hair's a bit too simple, but she's got it tied up, so she hasn't got her long hair all over the place. So I guess that kind of makes sense. The fact that she has an apple candy or candy apple hand option there or not is a nice touch, I suppose. Face looks good. I think overall's fine. The smile might be a bit off-putting, but I think that's lifted straight from the animation, where sometimes her smile at certain angles is can be a bit weird. I think fine, but maybe not 20,000 yen fine. I'd expect a bit better in the paint job, you know, a bit more effort in the kimono. The way that the kimono's very just straight vertical tube makes their life a lot easier for painting and sculpting this as well, and like production. So they've definitely taken a lot of steps to simplify the figure, just to increase, I guess, their margin overall, unfortunately. Yeah, for the 20,000 yen, I would expect a bit more life into the figure, unfortunately, compared to this just very simple kimono figure. Goddess of Victory Nikkei, Rappy Red Hood by Flair, 27,120 yen. December 2026, we got over a year. I like a lot of Azure Lane figures as well. Their standard outfit with this Gods of Fiction Nikkei, outstanding sculpt work, outstanding painting. The the thighs are very nicely detailed, and the stockings are very nicely sculpted as well and painted. Boots are very nice, like all the tactical gear looks spot on. The red is rich and vibrant and sculpted really well in the jacket. Her hair is amazing. Red hood, yeah, she just looks amazing, black and red. Probably one of the best like black and red themed figures out there, to be honest. So very nice looking figure. Definitely, I think worth getting hold of if you play Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Yeah, very nice figure overall. Definitely worth getting a hold of. This is outstanding by Flair, and hopefully they keep this up. Then we've got Azure Lane Fargo Dairy by Anigame, 16,830 yen, October 2026. So one of those sort of a Carol themed sexy figures in like bikini top. With yeah, she looks fine. Sculpt work looks good. The pose is obviously alluring. So hat on or off. Do like the twin tails. So the hair's a nice bonus, but you're not seeing them that much. I guess with the hat off, you'll see the hair a lot better. But yeah, I think she looks fine overall. I think what it's going for definitely is fine, and just a sexy figure. I think the price is perfectly fine as well, with it being on 6th. It's a perfectly adequate, sexy cow milking themed figure. Then we got Azure Lane New Orleans Evening Agricole version on 7th by Alta, 22,780 yen. So this has got Alta's stamp of production on it. Let's have a look. Hair shading looks spot on. The outfit, her slender body sculpt is very nicely done. I think her slender body definitely adds with the chair. So yeah, very just poised and sexy looking figure. Do like the pretty simple night dress outfit that she's got going on, or party dress. Looks like you can kind of see that she's potentially got no underwear on. Don't know, they've not done any close-ups of the crotch area. Just very simple, elegant, sexy figure, and the hair is outstanding on this figure. I really like the white to sort of purple edge highlights. Extremely nice looking figure. Just yeah. Oh, and you can have her displayed with. So you can have these the front dress straps on or off. It looks like. Does the bust? Yeah, the bust is the same. So yeah, that's a nice touch, I suppose. Actually, 2 different display options. Yeah, they don't mention it in the description down here, unfortunately. But yeah, very nice figure. I think definitely worth getting a hold of if you do like New Orleans as well from Azure Lane. Then we got Eshiroko Olver, 1/6 by Bouquet Co. Ltd, 10,450 yen, November 2026. Okay, so looks like a Blue Archive figure with the halo going on, but okay, I do like obviously the outfit, office themed, busty. Office like secretary outfit going on, and she's pulling down her stockings as well. So very sexy looking figure. I love the hair, like the ears as well. Like just everything looks really good. Chair looks good. Yeah, very sexy figure, and this is 10,000 yen. I think very nice figure, 1/6 scale. Probably worth getting a hold of. I think comes with an acrylic stand, although why would you display the acrylic stand when you got this figure? Very nice for the price, actually. Probably one of the better value ones as well. In my personal opinion, I like sexy, busty figures. That's my weakness. Then we go to Shigu-chan Muta version 1/6 by Athena X, 25,600 yen, July 2026. So paint job looks really good. Sculpting looks really good. The base is interesting touch. The dragon tail wrapping around her. She's definitely caught up, obviously, in some incident. Yeah, she looks fine. The face is actually nicely done. Definitely replicating from the source material. Overall, very nice figure. Not something I would get. She's a bit too much on the lolly proportion size. But overall, the figure looks really nice. I think very good figure from this new manufacturer. Single shipment, unfortunately. So a bit of a worry there. And then now I think we're into the adult figures. Oh no, not yet. This is Girls Frontline Lewis. This one comes with a clear file for an extra like 5,000 yen. So I just bring this up to show you not to bother with this not to bother with this one, get the previous version. If you like the Girls Frontline figure Lewis, that you get an extra few thousand yen for just a clear file. A4 clear file is not worth it. I hate about 1,000 yen, maybe 1,500 yen, but not like 3,000 to 5,000 yen. So this is just to point out you do want to compare and see what you get when there are different versions of these, the same figure, or what extras you get. Now into the adult figures, only 3 this week, so these will not be included in the description down below. Binding Creators Opinion Sakuya Kiru Bunny Quarter Scale by Binding, 39,600 yen, standard pricing, May 2026. Okay, really like the red bunny suit, like the sleeves, grabbing her thigh or her upper leg is very nice. That sculpting of her grabbing that flesh is very nicely done. Like the shoes and the pose. 2 massive torpedoes she's got equipped with. I love the facial expression. Love the brown hair as well. Brunette is very nicely done and very accurate. Like the, as I said, like the red detailing. Very interesting bunny suit design. Like it a lot. Definitely love the pose. This one's very tempting for me to get this figure. This binding figure is very much worth it. It's definitely right up my alley. Yeah, everything just looks spot on with this figure. Then we go to Taming an RPG Rin Uhara 1/6 by Pure, 29,700 yen, June 2026. Looks like she's taken some damage, or her suit's melting by some substance that's melting her outfit. Very well in the chest area. Love the pose and the outfit. Love the hair. The blue and black shading is actually really nicely done. A lot of manufacturers seem to have elevated their hair shading now, or at least you can tell that they've definitely put a lot more effort. So very good figure. Very sexy, obviously, and I think this comes with multiple faceplates. Yeah, so you got her. She, very enjoying what's happening to her face expression. So yeah, and then you get some toys that you can insert or have on display with her if you want. 30,000 yen. Very nice looking figure. Very good cast off NSFW figure for you. Then we go to Kanjo Seiminin Koto. 1/6 by Hot Venus, 28,600 yen, October 2026. So, schoolgirl outfit. She's got her top in front of her. She's doing peace signs, and her skirt. Yeah, that looks fine. Hair sculpting looks pretty good. Hair's all over the place behind her. Not tons of shading, but there you go. She's obviously just holding her top up in front of her, and she's fully stark naked behind that. So you can obviously remove that if you wanted to, or you got some underwear options if you prefer that option. Doing the peace signs as well. I like both options. I probably will always fully cast off. So very nice figure. I think overall definitely just a bit more on the degenerate side like me. 29,000 yen. I think very good figure. I probably would have it displayed like this, to be honest, because then you got some cover up. And it gives you a little bit of mystery of what's going behind the although obviously you would know. Yeah, and that's it, I think, for these figures. Comment, like, and subscribe, and links for these will be in the description down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy Halloween. Thanks. Bye.